We stay in e-mobility. Now Adam Woolway will present Plugsurfing. They develop and offer a service to offer to customers charging infrastructure as point of interest, as well as payment. So it's a service on top of the infrastructure. Please come on stage. It's yours, Adam.
Thank you. Okay, well, good afternoon. Thank you for the introduction. Now, I'm probably betting that none of you today came here in an electric car. There's a Tesla out front, so maybe I'm wrong, but that's normally the case. But in actual fact, what we find is that the market for electric car sales has doubled every year now since 2011 on a global scale. With new models now coming out from BMW, Audi, Volkswagen, Daimler, and Tesla, all of the major car manufacturers, we're forecasting sales of 16 million electric cars on the road by 2020. But for us to get to this mass adoption, this scale where it will really work, we need to solve one problem. This is the problem of charging a car. And this is why. Here's how it currently looks. So here's our user. Let's call her Sarah. What Sarah's done, she's got an empty battery. She now needs to go and plug into the nearest infrastructure, the nearest charging point she can find. Here is the situation that she is currently faced with. There are multiple operators that operate on an individual level. And she currently would need to have a contract or an RFID card with each of these different operators. So you can see here we've put 3. This could be RWE, EnBW, and Stadtwerke Leipzig, for example. And she can only use the one that she's got a contract with. Maybe you think that isn't so bad. There's only 3 different companies here. Maybe she should just do it. But in actual fact, the situation is much worse. For her to travel all around Germany to charge at all of the infrastructure, it is estimated she would need 70 different contracts and 70 different RFID cards. If she then wanted to go outside of Germany, into the Netherlands or France or anywhere she wanted to go, then it's likely she would need over 100 different RFID cards. And this is not just a European problem, this is also something which we're going to see in the US as the market grows. And in fact, this is such a big problem that even Spiegel Online last November said that what is missing from the electric car market is a unified payment system. Now, this is something that we took the day off and celebrated once we read this, because this is exactly what we do at Plugsurfing. So we make apps to help electric vehicle drivers find charging points and then pay for charging points once they have found them. So let's take a look at Sarah now. She's left the house, she's got an empty battery, and she's just got one thing in her pocket, which is her smartphone with the Plugsurfing app on. And I should mention that we're launching the app today, so we're incredibly excited. And what she can do now is just find a charging point, tap to start charging, tap to stop charging. She's already put her credit card details or bank details into the app, and we send her a bill at the end of the month. She no longer cares who operates that charging session, but that charging operator gets more custom from our users. It's a classic win-win situation. So please download the app and have a look, and let me know what you think later. And that's the basic idea of Plugsurfing. So it's an incredibly simple idea, but that is because electric vehicle charging does not need to be any more complicated than that. So here's our go-to-market. So we've currently got the location finder app out on the market now. We've already got 25% of Europe's electric car drivers have downloaded it and are using it, and we sublicense our database of charging points to electric car manufacturers such as BMW and Opel, and they pay us money. Just today, we are now launching our payment app to help drivers charge at RWE, EnBW, and B-Electric stations, and we're constantly adding more operators to this. And by the end of the year, we should have coverage across the whole of Europe. We've already got deals in place in the Netherlands, in Belgium, Austria as well. And then we're taking this global in 2015. We've just come back from Washington, D.C., as Franco was very kind to say. We've had some success there, and we've put our stick in the ground. And here's the team that's doing it. As I always say, one good-looking one, one ugly one. Make your own mind up. This is myself and Jakob. He's from Holland. I'm from the UK. And we're joined by our CTO, Martin Schenk, and a team of developers. We've just won the Challenge Cup in Washington, D.C., where we got an investment, and we're now a member of an incubator there who are helping us attack the US market. And we're happy to say that we will be in the final of the Deutsche Telekom Innovation Contest next year. Here's some press we've got along the way we're very proud of, so I have to put this one in to show you. And here's my details. So please speak to me afterwards or send me an email. Thank you.
Thank you. Stay here. Stay here. Hi. And you're from the UK, but you founded the company in Berlin, so is Berlin a better place to found e-mobility companies?
Yep, it is. Better place is a word that we try and avoid in these circles.
Because of the rent?
That's right.
The rent, the weather?
But But it is. I mean, I am from the UK, but I chose to found my business here. It's cheaper, of course, and work is cheaper,
Okay.
but there's also a better network to support startups here, we find. It's a really good ecosystem.
Okay, but now to the company. So it looks very interesting, but the market is not, let's say, there where we want the electronic vehicle market to be. According to your plan, what is the critical mass you need to get, or the market needs to achieve in terms of vehicles, charging stations, so that your business really is fun?
Well, I mean, a challenge that we've got is not so much achieving a critical mass to survive as a business, because the market is low as it is at the moment, and that just means we have to be more creative in the ways that we generate revenue. So this is why our main revenue stream right now comes from sub-licensing data rather than the payment system. But as the market grows, then of course our own revenue will grow as well, and we can scale faster. And we see this starting to happen now, because we see major car manufacturers bringing out cars, and we see real EU government mandates for an increase in charging infrastructure. So there's real movement or momentum in the market now, and we think that by 2020 we will be seeing 7% of car sales being electric car sales, as is forecast.
Okay, and do you sell, you said now you're selling the data, you sell to the car manufacturers or to their tier ones who deliver to the OEMs the navigation systems?
Both. So
Both.
yeah, we're not picky when it comes to getting
Okay.
deals, but so yeah, we have some deals where we sell direct to the car manufacturers and some where we sell to the tier ones.
And you survive the sales cycles these guys have?
I beg your pardon?
The sales cycles, typically it takes quite some time
Yep.
to sell into the industry.
Yeah, that's right, it does.
You're afraid of Google and Apple moving to this section, or that's rather an opportunity?
Not really. We see that more as an opportunity, because if they wanted to plug in to like EV charging infrastructure to Google Maps or Apple Maps, then I think it's more likely that they will come to us. We've got a very good database, we put a lot of work into it, and it's also a lot more complex than just putting points on a map. So we show you in real time if the charging point is available, for example. And we also get a lot of feedback from our users about where the charging points are, so we can license that data to them.
Good, excellent. Thanks, Adam.
Great.
Thank you to Adam.